Back in the summer of 2021, I caught up with Vanessa Ruck, aka the Girl on a Bike, to hear all about her inspirational motorcycling story. Now, Vanessa will be back at the ABR Festival in 2022, hosting the Masterclass 10. But in the meantime, here's that interview from last summer. Our next guest is one of the biggest stars of motorcycling on social media. But behind the photos and videos of her riding in exotic parts of the world and closer to home, there's a story of courage and determination and a 7-year fight to recover from a pretty horrific motorcycling accident. I'm of course talking about Vanessa Ruck, better known as the Girl on the Bike. On a bike. Welcome to the festival, Vanessa.
Thanks so much for having me. I was actually on a bicycle. I wasn't an active motorcycle rider at the time of the accident, which a lot of people don't realise. It's all been a journey since.
It has.
Yeah.
We'll hear more about that, but just to begin with, can you let us know how you're enjoying the festival and what you've been up to here?
Oh, it's been fantastic. There's something about combining like a beautiful estate, sunshine, we've had a little bit of rain, motorbikes, and the ability to get on new bikes and go off and try them off-road, live music, friends. It is by far my best bike event.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to you. I absolutely love it. I feel like I'm running around a little bit like a headless chicken.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't want the weekend to end. At some point I need to sleep though.
You'll just end up exhausting yourself, just dropping, but that's it. Now I know you've spent quite a lot of time in the Bike Social Masterclass 10.
Yeah.
What have you been doing there?
So I've been hosting, it's been fantastic. We've had a huge range of sort of guests basically giving us knowledge and experience from everything they're going through, from putting up tarps to bike maintenance, how to get into rallying. And I've been really lucky to be able to host, entertain, bring them in, do question and answers. I've learned a lot and there's been a lot of giggles, let's just say that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. And what does it mean for you to come here? Because you've got God knows how many followers on social media. It's tens and tens and hundreds of thousands. I'm sure you're getting recognised throughout the festival. What's it feel like to be here within this community who probably you only interact with online usually?
Yeah, I work really hard to try and be very close with my followers. No matter how many of them I have, I want to be a real person. I am a human person going through life's battles just like everybody else. But getting to meet fans in person is just so amazing. And I often get messages from people saying, I saw you, but I was too scared to say hello. And I'm like, no, come and say hello, I don't bite. I get so much energy from chatting to you, and particularly when I've gone through some pretty dark days and I've been pretty determined to share the ups and downs of life. Life isn't always perfect and rosy, we have battles. And so when I meet fans who get energy through my energy fighting battles, it gives me more energy somehow. I love meeting people, and especially the selfies.
Yeah. Well, we touched earlier on the fact that you had a bicycle accident, and you spent 7 years, and was it 7 years and 7 surgeries?
Yeah, 7 years, 7 surgeries.
Recovering from that.
Yeah, basically I've got a reconstructed right shoulder and right hip. I'm determined to not let that stop me in life or slow me down. I live and manage pain on a daily basis, but this is the one home I'm ever going to have, and I don't want to sit at home and watch Netflix. I'd rather get out there and try and make the most of what I do have. The 7 years really was just because the human body is an incredibly complex thing, and there was a lot of battles trying to figure out why it was hurting so much, what was wrong, and it almost worked out a surgery every year across the 7 years. So I kind of describe it as a roller coaster where there were ups where I was getting a little bit fitter, maybe recovering, maybe then able to ride a bike. And I'd realised that I just really hurt, and I was 28 years old, I was 30 years old. I shouldn't be dependent on painkillers, and I hurt. And I'd go back to the medical team and they'd look again and realise that the reconstruction had failed and I needed more surgery, and sort of the roller coaster was back down. But I'd say that the mental health recovery has been probably harder, despite 2 reconstructed body parts, than the physical side, and that's something that I'm really keen to be very open and honest about. A lot of mental health challenges that I think we need to talk about more, really. Not necessarily right now, but as people battling life.
So you were, I think I know the story, you were there in your hospital bed, horrific accident, dreadful amounts of pain, so you decided to create a social media account based on riding motorcycles, which is a wonderfully pleasurable experience and a pursuit. But after having such a bad accident, why was it motorcycles that really drove you?
So pre-accident, I was an adrenaline junkie, and post-accident, life completely changed. Friendship circles, sports, I couldn't do any of it. But at one of the points where I was slightly higher on the roller coaster, I went for an afternoon on a Harley Davidson with my husband, just as a little anniversary thing. And I realised that the Harley Davidson could give me some adrenaline.
They certainly do.
Some adventure, some outdoors without being physically requiring what I used to want to do, which was a sport. So it kind of gave me this new energy in life. And I think the purchase of the 2 Harley Davidsons that we got was the best decision for my mental recovery through the accident, because it just gave me a completely new focus where to this day it hurts me less to be on a motorbike than in a car. Wow. Because when you've got a really painful hip joint, you don't realise quite how much going from pedal to pedal hurts. Yeah. So it's probably why I'm quite so happy on a motorbike.
That's it, and it's an amazing place to be anyway. So, so you've gone from that place to, now I'm all right, I've heard a rumour that you might be riding over a car tomorrow, just to round off the festival.
Yeah.
What's this all about?
So Graham Jarvis is obviously here, and he is an absolute hard, extreme, mental witchcraft kind of.
It's pretty handy, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty handy on a bike.
Yeah.
And you know, I've chatted to him a few times before. He sort of waved me over early, and he was like, "What do you reckon to Graham Jarvis teaching the girl on a bike to ride over a car?" I think I reacted like a 2-year-old at Christmas.
Yeah.
And then obviously the implications of, oh my goodness, actually this is going to be really terrifying, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. So yes. And then I've just found out that you guys are planning to maybe put it in the middle of the festival.
Well, why not?
Well.
It sounds like a pretty good spectacle.
The worst that can happen is I fall off. My husband is actually betting that the Mondeo wins. We'll see how that goes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and one of the things, I follow you on Instagram. I really enjoy seeing your updates of what you're doing. A lot of it in the UK, but you do travel abroad and do a lot of adventures as well. But one of the things I love is just a lot of your pictures are just wet, cold, dirty, muddy, and you've just got this massive smile on your face all the time. Although every now and then you do look a little bit, I've maybe had enough now. Was it kind of a conscious decision to show, you know, just the whole world of motorcycling rather than beautiful shots of you disappearing off into the sunset on a bike and things like that?
I don't think I'd have the skill to get beautiful shots of me riding off in the sunset at night. I'm just always covered in mud, so I share it. I'm not going to try and fake it or change it. I don't have some makeup artist following me or anything like that. I've just got mud, and it seems to gravitate towards my face.
Yeah.
So that's just what reality of girl on a bike life is like. I tend to get really muddy.
Yeah, good stuff. Well, Vanessa, it's been great to have a chat. It's been actually really good to meet you because I've never met you before. I've often followed you on Instagram for a long time now. I'm looking forward to you riding over a car tomorrow. I would bet money on the fact that you'll do it because you are pretty insane in various different forms of motorcycling. So good luck with it, and thanks very much for joining us at the festival, and enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you. I intend to. I think I'm going to go and find a G&T.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I think there's a beer waiting for me as well. Thank you. It's always great to catch up with Vanessa, and if you'd like to see her in person, she'll be back at the ABR Festival in 2022 hosting the Masterclass 10. To get your tickets, go to www.abrfestival.com or hit the link below this video. I'll see you there.